I want to start introducing our labor productivity curves, and already here I've started drawing my first labor productivity curve. On the vertical axis, I will have output per worker, so real GDP per capita, and on the horizontal axis, I will have the capital per worker ratio. Remember, that's what's going to be used to measure capital deepening. And let's see our first productivity curve. There you go. The first thing that you're going to observe is that there is a positive relationship between capital deepening. So using more machines will have a positive impact on real GDP per capita. The second thing that you will notice is that the curve is becoming flatter as we move from left to right. And that indicates that there are diminishing returns to capital. So as I use more and more units of capital, I am getting more output, but at a diminishing rate. Next, what we will notice is that, let's say I have this value here of capital, and I'm going to move to this value here. So I'm going to move from point A to point B. That is an example of capital deepening, my friends, because I am increasing my capital per worker ratio. So whenever we talk about capital deepening, that is a movement along the same productivity curve. So very, very important point you need to remember is every productivity curve is drawn for a given level of technology. So moving to the right along the productivity curve is an example of capital deepening holding the technological level constant. Now, if you improve your technology, that's not a movement along the curve, that is a shift of the curve. So the curve effectively here becomes steeper. So I could maintain the same capital worker ratio as A, but get a better output. So that point C is vertically above A. So I'm using the same capital per worker ratio, but getting better output because I use better technology, right? Maybe I'm using computers now than doing work manually, or tractors on the farm than using a manual labor. And here, vertically above B is, let's say, point D. So now what we could say is that to move from point A to point D, what I need to do is I need to do capital deepening. Capital deepening occurs between A and B, but that's a movement along the curve. And then from B to D, there's no capital deepening, but there is a change in technology. So there's growth in the total factor productivity, and that's how I get from A to B to D. Okay, so capital deepening, once again, movement along the curve. Growth in total factor productivity or technology is a shift of the entire curve, remembering that each curve is drawn per level of technology. And here there's a very interesting point that you should be aware of. If we take a developed country like the US, we know that this type of countries already have a high capital per worker ratios. Basically, what that means is they've got a lot of capital already. So if the examiner says, is the US down here or up here, we know the US is up here, right? The US must have a higher capital per worker ratio. But notice that this is also where the curve is getting flatter. So there are higher diminishing returns at that point. So further increases in the capital per worker ratio will give me less bang for the buck, less increase in output.